Hello and welcome to Circular Grace, and I thought I'd do today's reading outside, the sound of the birds. It's absolutely amazing. However, but I feel a bit hay fevery, so if you see tears streaming down my eyes, it's hay fever. And my apologies, because the birds sound wonderful, but I'm sure the tractors and cars going by won't be so pleasing. But let's stick with it and jump into the Gospel according to Matthew. We're at chapter 16. 1. The Pharisees also with the Sadducees came, and tempting desired him that he would show them a sign from heaven. He answered and said unto them, When it is evening, ye say it will be fair weather, for the sky is red. And in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the times? A wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given unto it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas. And he left them and departed. And when his disciples were come to the other side, they had forgotten to take bread. Then Jesus said unto them, Take heed and beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees. And they reasoned amongst themselves, saying, It is because we have taken no bread. Which when Jesus perceived, he said unto them, O ye of little faith, why reason you amongst yourselves, because you have brought no bread? Do ye not yet understand? Neither remember the 5 loaves of the 5,000 and how many baskets ye took up? Neither the 7 loaves of the 4,000, how many baskets ye took up? How is it that you do not understand that I spake it not to you concerning bread, that ye should beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees? Then understood they how that he bade them not beware of the leaven of the bread, but of the doctrine of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees. When Jesus came into the coast of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, saying, Whom do men say that I, the Son of Man, am? And they said, Some say that thou art John the Baptist, some Elias, and others Jeremiah, or one of the prophets. He said unto them, But whom say ye that I am? And Simon Peter answered and said, Thou art the Christ, the Son of the living God. And Jesus answered and said unto him, Blessed art thou, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood have not revealed it unto thee, but my Father which is in heaven. And I say also unto thee, that thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. And I will give unto thee the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whatsoever thou shalt bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever thou shalt loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. Then charged he his disciples that they should tell no man that he was Jesus the Christ. From that time forth began Jesus to show unto his disciples how that he must go unto Jerusalem, and suffer many things of the elders and chief priests and scribes, and be killed, and be raised again the 3rd day. Then Peter took him and began to rebuke him, saying, Be it far from thee, Lord, this shall not be unto thee. But he turned and said unto Peter, Get thee behind me, Satan, thou art an offence unto me, for thou savourest not the things that be of God, but those that be of men. Then Jesus said unto his disciples, If any man will come after me, let him deny himself, and take up his cross, and follow me. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. For what is a man profited, if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then he shall reward every man according to his works. Verily I say unto you, there be some standing here which shall not taste of death, till they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom. I think what jumps out for me in that chapter is the will of God on earth doesn't always play out how we imagine it should. And Peter's the big example of that, because Peter, with a faith and a love of Jesus, is so powerful. He cries out to Jesus, no, don't, please don't do that. And even Peter, with all that faith and love, momentarily forgot that God's will is sovereign, and that if God wills something to happen, it cannot be anything but righteous. It is, we can trust that God's will is ultimately as right as anything could be. The word righteous, as right as anything can be. And of course we know the story, and we know that if Jesus doesn't suffer that almighty torture and crucifixion, if he does not shed his blood in sacrifice, we are not saved. And what would the consequences of that be on this earth if God doesn't step in with a mighty plan of a redemption for man? If he doesn't step in with Jesus Christ to save us, that's a powerful, powerful thought. And Jesus says to Peter, as difficult as this may seem to you in your life now, always, always trust in the righteousness and the will of God. We fall into those lusts on a daily basis. Oh, why is life like this? Oh, why have I got to endure this suffering? And there's a temptation. We're tempted, like Peter, I think, to say, no, I'm not going through this. I'm not going to make this sacrifice. You know, how huge was the sacrifice upon Peter to lose his friend, his Christ, God in the flesh on earth, at his side, person to person. Well, that was a huge tear and a tug in Peter's heart, and of course he didn't want to let go. He didn't want to let go, but Jesus taught him a very, very, very powerful lesson. Jesus rebukes those he loves, and he loves Peter, a huge and almighty love. And of course Peter goes on in faith as Jesus' rock that founds the early church. And I don't think we're not sat here as brethren, as Christians, attendees at wonderful biblical churches, without Jesus's mission through Peter, through the apostles, sharing that wonderful good news message with us. Oh, powerful, amazing, magnificent thoughts. Let me know your comments. What have I missed? What have I skirted over? I'm so excited to hear your thoughts if you have any to share. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.